All right, good morning, everyone. What is this? Happy Wednesday. My name is Halona Black, and this is our weekly Wednesday AM Meditative Writing Circle for Black women writers. This is our first meeting of 2025, so thank you so much for being. Most of us were here early in the morning. Oh, Sheree is here too. Hey. Good morning. Kim is here. Good morning. Oh, wonderful to see your faces. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad to see you all.
Oh, thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So we're going to get started as we always do. We start off with a meditation just to be able to center ourselves in the circle. So what I do is I start with closing my eyes, and you can put your hands in your lap, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And you sit up straight. Sit up straight, not to the point where you're feeling strained, but just so that you feel comfortable and you're alert in your seat. And if you can, you put your feet flat on the floor, or you can sit cross-legged if that is more feasible for you where you are. And we just take a moment to breathe normally. Take my glasses off. If you like, you can put one of your hands over your heart. Putting your hand over your heart helps you to sync your body with your heart rate and your breath. So that they can catch up with each other. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Kalitha's here. Christine is here. Good morning. Right. So today our topic is all about honoring ourselves for the new year. I got a new book. You can see it. Well, no, you can't see it. But the book is called Only Feed Me Life by a gentleman by the name of Jerome Braggs. And so in your emails, I posted a link to the book, and then I gave you the poem, which is the first poem in the book. And when I read this poem, when I got the book, like I had to put the book down. Sometimes there's books of poetry where you can, you just sort of skim through what it is that what you like and what you don't like. But this poem I had to like put down for a second because I loved it so much. And so I thought it would be something that we could sort of base our thinking and our questions off of for today. And so I included the poem in your emails. So you're free to read that. If you don't have it, it's fine. You can still participate. but I'm just going to go ahead and read it um, for you, and then we can get into our journaling questions for today. So this is from the book Only Feed Me Life by Jerome Braggs. He says, today, while sitting down to decide the title of this book, I found a title I loved, one that breathed itself into my lungs when I spoke it, one that illuminated the irises of my eyes when I heard its name riding the currents of the air, one that lifted my back straight and relaxed my shoulders, slowed my breathing, and settled into the muscles of my body in a way that let me know that the sound of it feels like home. But then I got to thinking about what you would think about it. How would it settle in your body to hear? How would your lungs expand as you breathed it in? Would your heart know that it was home too? Funny how often I determine what gets to feed me by seeing if it would also feed you. It seems sometimes I can't let myself eat my own joy. I can't just sit inside the circumference of what breathes life into my own lungs without first making sure you are breathing too, that you too would eat my joy, that you too would find it delicious. It's in this small way, I think I have starved myself of my own happiness, kept myself from eating the joy that was meant to be served only on my plate. Instead, I take it off and try to mold it so that it fits prettily on yours. You must be able to eat it too, or else I mustn't. This is illness, I think, to not feel like I can be happy all alone. To feel my happiness must come after someone else's, but I am worthy of a happiness that doesn't require approval or company. To feel good about something first, alone, by myself. I know this as truth, though I don't always act like I do. I deserve to choose the title of this book because it feels like home to me, even if no one else lives, even if no one else wants to live there. So I really love this poem. Um, I've worked with this gentleman before. I've taken classes with him on, he teaches classes on self-love, self-appreciation, and honoring yourself. And it's really because of his teachings that I have really put my own life, I think, into action because, you know, we don't really have a whole lot of time here on this earth to be spending time doing things that we don't feel like we love, or he likes to use the word feel, things that feel delicious to you. I like that he uses the word delicious. You know, he likens everything to food and what feels delicious to you. If it doesn't feel delicious to him, do it. And so he's talking about, you know, choosing the title of the book, you know, which, you know, might be a simple thing, but really it could apply to really anything that we talk about in life. You know, what color you want to put on this week or today, or, you know, it could be, you know, something that you want to be able to do in your life. We oftentimes feel like we have to get approval from 100 other people in order for it to be correct. So today I wanted to do questions. Let's see. The first question is, in what ways do you shape your desires based on what others might think or feel? In what ways do you shape your desires based on what others might think or feel? And I'll put 5 minutes on the clock. All right. So the question is, in what ways do you shape your desires based on what others might think or feel? Would anyone like to share? How it works is you can literally read what you've written, or you can just sort of, share your thoughts, what you're thinking about. Either way is just fine.
Good morning. Where did I do? Good morning. Happy New Year, ladies. I too really enjoyed that poem last night. I was like, ooh, wow. And I really enjoyed it because I was watching Myron Golden on YouTube.
Mhm.
He was saying how important the title of your book is.
Mhm.
And so I was putting a lot of thought into that because my next book is coming out next month and I've already titled it. And I thought, I'm not changing it because I like it. And I hope other people will also, but if not, that's okay. And so when I read that, it was the poem last night, it was confirmation. And I think as women, I don't know if men feel this way, but I think women are we are constantly conditioned to transform to the new flavor of the month, the the ideas and perceptions of other people's definition of beauty, what other people think we ought to look, speak, walk like if we're ladies, if we're classy. And it's just been exhausting, I think. For me, I don't do it as much, but I do still find myself at least considering it. And it doesn't feel good because I really just want to do what I want to do all the time. And this is good. This is a good writing prompt. Thanks, Halona.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing that. And I can certainly relate to what it is that you've said. One of the things that I've really had to work on the last few years with my health, we like to think that health is really just what food and exercise, which are, those are big parts of being healthy. But being healthy for me has also been being able to articulate what it is that I want and to be able to stand on that, to be able to say, this is what I want, and to move from my perspective of what it is that I want, instead of attaching myself to what everybody else wants and being dragged around, like a rag doll, and then being upset when nobody asked me what it is that I wanted. So that's something that I've had to learn to be able to really keep myself together. And that's one of the things that I've learned from this gentleman, taking classes from him. So yeah, and I find that a lot of women really are like this. We don't learn how to be able to decide what it is that we want and move based on that. Anyone else care to share?
I'll share a few words. Um, from the perspective of an elder,
Mhm.
my Lord, I'm really, really a lot better at this than I was. I'm so grateful that I realized what I was doing with my life, like just living my life for other people. Ping pong. Okay, what side of the table you want? Who wants you? What do they want you to do? What do they want you to say? What do you want you to wear? You know, where they want you to go. And I'm just grateful that I have the courage now these days to stop it. Um, the most impactful, the people who were who had the longest impact on me were my children. What would they think? You know, what are they going to think if I wear this dress? Or what are they going to say, if they know that I'm, out with this person, or whatever. And I really had to break out of that. I saw a young lady that I follow on YouTube, and she's a little raw in her speech, but one of the things that I heard her say like last week is she said, I'm just going to do whatever the F I want. She didn't say F, she said word, but that's it. And that's truly what I want to do. Like, just drop all, you know, labels, don't stop wearing all those labels and just truly be myself. And that's one of the reasons why I love meditation, because it helps me to tap into my authenticity. And that's the point from where I want to live.
I absolutely agree with you, Ms. Jamila. Meditation is just to be aware of what it is, of what you want or what you feel, just to be able to sit down and ask yourself, and there's certain different types of meditation, but I like to be able to just sit and check in with myself. What am I feeling right now? We never do that. We never get taught how to just sit down and check in with ourselves. And meditation is really a great way to be able to learn to get into the habit of doing that. Because otherwise we bypass ourselves, just to be able to check in, with the children, or, with your parents or your partner or whoever else that you happen to be around. And you're the person that you're with all the time. So if you don't know
Exactly.
who it is, yeah, if you can't check in with yourself, then you can't properly check in with anybody else either. You
Exactly.
show up short in all areas of life.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we try to answer the question, or someone asks us, well, what is it that you really want? And sometimes we don't even know. We don't really know what we want. All we've been taught to do is fulfill expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling y'all,
anyone else?
don't do that.
Yeah, don't stop doing that. It's not healthy.
Hi, Halona. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
It's so good
Happy
to
New
be
Year.
back. It's so good to see all these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful faces. And I love the poem as well. Thank you so much. I had one of those moments when I read it, when I got your email last night as well. I had to read it several times. It really is powerful. So I appreciate you introducing me to him and this poem. Just really quickly, when I was writing this, prompt, I usually have to go from one end of the spectrum to the other and take a look at everything so I can make sure that I'm seeing things as they are and not how I think they are, but how they are. So as far as this particular issue is concerned, basing or shaping my desires based on what I think others want. I had an epiphany when I was talking to my youngest daughter, my youngest daughter is like 30. And I was talking about moving. And she was like, "Mom, I'm just afraid you're gonna move too far." And I was like, yeah, I can't leave. My youngest granddaughter, she'll be 6. Like, I can't leave, I can't do this. And I was really fretting about, she really wants me to stay and so forth and so on. So I had this conversation about, in order for me to be the best mom and grandmother I can be, I need to be my best self. I need to do what I need to do. I need to live my life, obviously, in consideration, but for me, about me. And when I told her, I'm like, I was all worked up. We had this conversation and I said, I really need to do, I was almost in tears. And she's like, "It's okay, I'll just get on the plane." So what that showed me is that I have to be careful because what I saw, this is just for me, that oftentimes when I do this, I have a really exaggerated aspect. I make my importance in other people's life is exaggerated. They don't really give a damn a lot of times what I do, right? They just want to try it. Sometimes they just push the envelope. Sometimes they just do it because they're your kids or they're your sis, whatever, they're your boss, whatever, your coworkers, whatever. People just say stuff. And then I take it to heart and you want to be like considering all this stuff. They don't give a damn about what I do at the end of the day. And so that is my issue. Like I need to be real careful that I'm not that I have to keep that in check, that my importance in their lives, in my mind, is way out of line sometimes. It's exaggerated. And I just wanted to share that because I was like, she left me with my mouth hanging open. She went on about her business. But that I can apply that to many different, you know what I'm saying? I could apply that to many different things. And so I appreciate this discussion because I had never thought about that. So this is so this is so, this is so timely. I appreciate you guys. It's good to be back.
You can, and that you're absolutely correct. We really think that our place in other people's lives is more important than what it actually is. We're just putting stress on ourselves for no reason. People's lives will go on, whether you stay or go, they'll figure it out. So you may as well go ahead and do what you want to do. All right, let's go on to the next question. Let's see. What would it look like for you to eat your own joy this week? What would it look like for you to, quote, eat your own joy, as it was said in the poem this week? Okay. So question number 2, what would it look like to eat your own joy this week? Who would like to start?
I'll
Kathy?
share.
Sure.
Yeah. Um, yes, this made me happy to have this question thrown out there. My joy is so tasty that I dance when it hits all sides of my tongue. It's easy. There's no chewing. My joy goes down my throat, into the esophagus, into my stomach, and is absorbed by my cells. My blood flows on the up tempo, so my feet, arms, and my butt know exactly how to move. It's a whole recital for myself and anyone else who cares to witness.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's beautiful.
Yesterday, I shared with some people in my group that I had a heart sonogram, and I'd never had a heart sonogram before, and I could hear my own heart, and it just tickled me. And so this is the joy I felt about hearing it and knowing that it's in good shape. And the woman told me, your heart is good for 100 years and more. So all I got to do is just keep on living and be as joyful as I can possibly be. So I encourage you to go get your heart listened to. Go listen to your heart if you can. It will make you happy.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Can I make a comment? Kathy, I was intrigued by you saying, including your butt. And all I could think was Black women and our butts, that butt, that butt. And that was just intriguing for me.
Well, our butt and our hearts are kind of related.
Okay.
When you can move your butt, you are experiencing your heartbeat going faster. When you're moving your butt, the movement of your behind, because it's one of the largest muscles. So the more we move it, and feet probably can speak to this, the more you can move it, the better off your heart will be. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank you.
share.
Sure.
All righty. My joy. I love this prompt also, Halona. You are sorry. Sorry. I don't know how to. Okay. Someone's calling. I don't know how to get rid of that. Okay. All righty. My joy tastes exotic, unusual, prickly, yet sweet and savory. My joy feels warm and cold, wet and dry, smooth and cobblestone, all at the same time. My joy looks fearless in the face of the illusion of fear, but she's a bad mother, you hear? My joy shows up and shows out with an electric slide flare. My joy is killing it out here in these dance hall streets of New York City, Belize, Brazil, Costa Rica, and Ghana. Joy, joy, and jubilant, offering up a year of yeses. That is my joy.
That was beautiful.
Thank
We
you.
got joy all over the world.
Joy, joy to the world. I feel like it's a poem. I've never written a poem, but that's just what came through.
Yeah, that is a poem. I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I love your joy looks like the electric slide. I like that.
I just wanted to say it sounds like a poem to me, and I love that line, a year, offering up a year of yeses. It's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Anyone else? We will go into the next question. How would your life change if you consistently chose what felt like home to you? How would your life change if you consistently chose what felt like home to you? All right. So the question is, how would your life change? How would your life change if you consistently chose what felt like home to you?
I'd like to go.
Yes, okay.
I'd be at peace, joyful, and I'd be at ease. I'd be less busy stopping my flow when I jump up and quote unquote assist others who probably don't even need my assistance. Do I create the need so I can have something else to do versus being me and finding out who I am? Perhaps I'd achieve some of the goals that I have in my mind and heart for decades. Some old dreams I toss aside every day to do mundane things, to feel important to others. Perhaps my life would change in that I'd be sitting in the seat of my own dream and I'd watch them materialize. Perhaps I'd finally be at home with myself.
Mm. You be at home with yourself. That's important to feel at home with yourself. Thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure.
I can share.
Yes, Lori.
Yeah, so I said, for one, I would not be in Boston. It's a place that I've outgrown. I'd be in places that are sunny, warm. Sorry if you can hear this cat crying. She's in heat right now. It's a place that I've outgrown. I'd be in places that are sunny, warm, by the water, amazing views. My life would change dramatically because I'd be happier, at peace, not concerned with the things that don't matter, which are usually outside the US. I'd grow as a person, challenge myself, get uncomfortable. I wouldn't think about how choosing myself would impact others or feel obligated to them. I go back to being in Mexico at the beginning of January of last year and the joy I felt from choosing myself and how that felt like home to me. I was happy, I was an explorer, and I met new people.
Mhm. That's awesome. And
Thank
I
you.
think you're our resident you're our resident young adult. So
Yes,
I want to
I'm the
tell you
30-year-old that Kim was talking about.
that. So I
Except I'm
want to
32, but yes, I'm the younger person. Yes.
yes. So it's important for you to know because at 32, I didn't know that. I was still in the middle of trying to figure out, well, why am I not happy? So the fact that you know this is really important. You don't want to, wait until your older ages to be able to figure out and your life is entangled with other people, trying to fix it later on. So knowing this in your 30s is really just a powerful statement to how it is that you've lived your life thus far.
Thank you.
I'd like to share.
Yes, Akila.
Each dawn, peacefulness would greet me and wrap me in a warm embrace. Authentic curiosity and adventure would guide my every step, and a sense of joyful gratitude would become my resting breath.
My resting breath. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Y'all are poets. I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyone else? Tell us, how would your life change if you consistently, that's the key word I think here, consistently chose what felt like home to you. Okay,
I'll,
y'all are quiet today.
I'll say something about the consistency, I guess. I think if I was comfortable enough, yeah, it would be just easy. I'm not gonna read mine verbatim, but it would be easier. I would be comfortable anywhere. If you know, if everything felt like home. It would be warm, it would be inviting. I wouldn't hesitate. You just slide in wherever I was going. Yeah, so it would be it would almost be like yeah, I don't know, smooth, like butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just you saying that makes me remember when I was bouncing around to different countries. I've lived in 10 countries in the last 6 years. And people say, well, how do you make yourself comfortable? And, you know, there was a point where I was saying, well, you know, home is where I lay my head. That's where I feel most comfortable. And the reason why I could say that was because I was choosing the life of the life that I wanted. And so it felt, everywhere did feel like home to me. Now I'm at a point where I actually want an actual physical home, which is what I'm creating here in Mexico. But for that time period, my home was really wherever I laid my head. And I felt good about that. I felt good about that answer. So everywhere felt home. Anyone else before we close up for today? All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate you all coming back. You all came back strong today for the first session. I was afraid that if we took time off that y'all might forget. But I appreciate people waking up early or staying up late wherever you are in the world. I'm going to be doing a workshop this evening. I'm going to do it on Facebook Live. I did the workshop last night just for the group, but I would like to be able to have more people to participate. So if you are interested in writing a memoir or a nonfiction book of some kind, I'll be doing a workshop called Finding the Spine of Your Story. And SPINE is an acronym for the 5 elements that you need to be able to write a book that can stand on its own, a strong book that people will be interested in reading, to be able to draw in readers. And so I'll be doing that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live. So I'll send out the emails to the list. And if you want to join in, you're welcome to. And at the end of the workshop, I'll be introducing my 6-week writing accountability group. If you want to be able to write your book or write whatever it is that you're writing in accountability with a group of other people over a 6-week period, I'll be sharing what that looks like at the end of the workshop. So, ladies, thank you so much for coming in. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Halona.
too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a
Thank you.
beautiful day, ladies.
Thank you. You as
Thank
Have a
you.
well.
wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Halona,
Yes.
will the workshop tonight be recorded at all?
Yeah,
I-
I'll record it. I actually have a recording from last night as well. So
I
I'll
was
have
really sad to miss it last night, and tonight I have some place I'm going to be at that same time, so I won't be able
okay,
to
so
make it
I'll send
again.
you the recording, no problem.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because I was very interested in that, so I appreciate you.
No problem. Have a good
Thank you
day.
for everything. You too. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.